Social media metaphorically places its user in a void, away from reality. It causes us to lose touch of the real world, takes away our ability to interact with others in certain cases, and creates a false sense of satisfaction at times. This is why I think that social media creates isolation. This is not even a new idea because there have been cases of such things happening before. A good study to look at is one done by the University of Pittsburgh just last year, 2017. This study was shared by many well-known online news outlets. Most prominently in this case is independent.co.uk. The introductory statement being, the longer you spend on social networks, the lonelier you are likely to be. Intriguing to say the least. The following is a short extract from their post which quickly sums up the entire post. You might think that social media allows us to be connected to our loved ones 24/7, but a new study has discovered that it is actually making us feel lonelier. The report suggests that if you spend over 2 hours a day on social networks, your chances of feeling socially isolated are 2 times as high. This short extract says very much in very few words. A prime example of something which we consider to be a good thing turning out to be our worst enemy, if it is used wrongly, of course. The article which they link to expands upon the idea of social isolation just a bit more, with the opening statement helping to clarify exactly what they are talking about. Social isolation, a state in which an individual lacks a sense of social belonging. True engagement with others and fulfilling relationships is associated with increased morbidity and mortality. Social media as a whole has taken over an entire generation, with many being glued to their screens and left feeling like if they don't have a certain number of followers, retweets, likes, comments or views, they are worthless. But that's exactly the problem here. Social media has left us more greedy for approval from others, and if we do not get what we want, we tend to break down and feel bad about ourselves. This is not mere opinion, but it is a proven fact. Many cases have been seen where young people in the majority have killed themselves or harmed others due to the fact that something went wrong on social media. Rather than people trying to work things out in person, they decide to take it to social media, which inevitably makes things worse in many instances. Such actions lead to one party feeling good about stirring up malice and another on the verge of breaking down. The fact of the matter is that in most cases, these two parties would do better to work out any problems which they have in person, rather than fighting through a screen. One feels better than the other about doing something horrible, and if the situation escalates and gets worse, they eventually get looked down upon for pushing someone else to the edge of destruction. Separation from reality becomes even more evident when people become attached to social media and feel like they cannot live without it. According to a study from the University of Pittsburgh, the construct of social isolation includes both objective social isolation, the actual lack of social ties, and subjective social isolation, the feeling of a lack of engagement with others. These facets of social isolation are related but not the same. One may be objectively isolated but not feel a sense of loneliness, and one may be objectively connected to others but still feel lonely. Slowly we lose touch of reality and find a virtual reality in social media. We consider that the real world is not worth it and become addicted to seeing numbers and web code disguised as our real world. We distance ourselves from others and eventually become completely cut off. We are invited out, but decide to stay in and scroll through our Instagram feed. We are told to go on a trip with others, but decide to involve ourselves in Twitter chats with people online, which we have never met. Eventually, we lose the ability to interact with people in the real world, and when we do go outside, our eyes are glued to our smartphones. We try to initiate conversations with others, but become extremely nervous and the conversation is cut short. We become more and more timid day by day when it comes to human interaction, but online we rule the worlds of Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and even Facebook. Social media has taken away the ability for many to be happy in the real world. It is like a drug which only temporarily solves our problem, and thus we need more and more of it every day in order to feel better. We lose touch of reality, gain a false sense of serenity, and essentially become robots with no sense of human interaction. That's all for today's video. If you enjoyed the video, learned anything new, or just want more, feel free to click the subscribe button and hit the bell icon to be notified whenever a new video is released. Leave a like and comment your thoughts down below. Also, if you're up to it, you can check out previous videos using the links provided on screen or in the description below. If you're feeling generous and want to help this channel out in producing better content, consider supporting this channel on Patreon. $1 goes a long way. The link is in the description. And with that said, that's it for today's video. Thank you for watching, hope you enjoyed, and I will be seeing you in the next video.